Well, the economics affects the whole air show industry and everybody in the air show industry, primarily driven by fuel prices. As fuel prices were going up, everybody felt the crunch, from producers, performers, and whatnot, especially in airplanes like this, because this aircraft uses a gallon of fuel every 2 seconds in the hover. And the way it affected me personally is practice time. This airplane requires time to stay proficient in the airplane. It's not a go out in the sky, get a Sunday afternoon hamburger airplane. At $4,500 is what the average fuel bill is to fill the airplane up. So we had to be more efficient at the way we use the fuel for our practice time, our proficiency time, our flight test time. Every gallon of fuel had to count.
Well, you know, as a performer, one of the advantages I have is this plane doesn't use a lot of fuel. I do trailer it from place to place, and it's just a lot less expensive to operate a truck than it is to operate an airplane. On the industry side, you know, when people aren't spending $4,000 to go to Disneyland, I think they're looking for more of a local entertainment, and I think we're going to actually see improved numbers in the air show gate.
As a performer, immediately I've lost 3 air shows, smaller shows that have already canceled due to the economy and due to sponsorship issues. Radio stations, newspapers, and automobile dealerships aren't able to support the 3 shows that I had canceled on me. So they're gone. So that's a direct effect on my pocketbook, direct effect on my sponsor, Embry-Riddle, and not being able to get them out where they want to be. More directly in my pocketbook, putting $7 a gallon aviation fuel in my airplane to get to and from the air shows, I definitely felt it. It almost more than doubled my travel expenses this year. Somebody has to eat that, and I'm willing to eat some of it, but unfortunately I'm having to pass it on to the air shows that I book, and they're in the same boat, so it's a tough sell.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its detailed design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
Well, with the economy being a little slow, as everyone's saying, it seems like some of the shows have been canceled out, and hopefully it ain't going to take the whole business down with it. But, you know, with the Fords and, you know, the big motor companies being possible shut down, it's going to screw up everyone else. So, yeah, I'm for sure it's going to trickle down to the air show business. But then again, you know, the Great Depression back in '29, it was the air shows and airplanes that got it back going again. So it gave the public something to do, so they were spending their money. So hopefully that'll, you know, be the same thing here. We're giving some entertainment in their downtime. So.
You know what I find interesting about it? Of all the shows we do, and we do a lot of air shows, in '08, attendance at some shows was actually up. And I think the reason is because if you think about it as a family event, our per ticket prices are cheap. I mean, compared to sporting events, you know, NASCAR races, things like that. And I think a lot of families think, you know, if I'm going to go take my family out and entertain, the air show area is really a more economical way to do it. So I think we're fortunate in that regard.
Well, it affects me directly as well as all of us, and more directly to me, I'm not an A-list performer yet. I'm close. So they're not beating down a path to my door. So if I get hired, it'll be a few days later. The air shows will hire the people that are on their A-list if they can get them first, and then they go to the B-list, and then they go to the C-list if they have any money left. So as the shows downsize, if they are short of funds, there are some shows that will not hire me because they won't have any money left when they get to my name on the list.
Even this year in 2008, we had some shows in California canceled due to, you know, lack of available dollars from local businesses to support them. These are mostly the smaller shows, kind of the down-home, 5,000 to 10,000 person small airport shows. And it's really sad because it makes people who like to go to air shows have to travel farther to see an air show. I think the big air shows are doing fine. They've been the ones that have been around a while have been able to, you know, get their marketing program dialed in. And certainly the military air shows are going to survive because their funding comes from, you know, other sources and so forth. But they are also cutting back on some of the civilian acts because some of the extra dollars over and above the military component are drying up. So I think we're going to see a few less air shows, but I don't think we're going to see a lot less air shows. I think the industry will stay, for the most part, strong.
You've heard of this thing called WAS, right? The Wide Area Augmentation System lets you fly GPS glide path approaches without relying on ground-based landing aids. No VOR, no ILS, no problem. Fact is, WAS is so smart, it even knows what you're going to say next time you need it. And don't have it on board. Wah, I want my WAS now! I was really crying there for a second.
With regards to the industry, all summer long I saw an increased number of attendants. And what's so cool about this business, this industry, is the joy it creates in the hearts of the people who come. And you know, and it still amazes me. I'll be taxiing back, and the fans, the joy in their faces from just celebrating flight, and they're coming in droves because it's the best affordable family entertainment there is. I mean, it really is a blast. For me, you know, with the gas prices going up, boy, I didn't budget for that. It is challenging economic times. I feel so fortunate that Oracle believes in the program enough that we made the cut. And that is just, I feel so very thankful because I really love my work. I love everything about it. And I actually love the challenge. Now I have to work a little bit harder. I have to work a little bit smarter. I'm not getting any more money, and so I got to stay within budget. But you can still do a lot. If you just put everybody on that same mindset, you know, there's a saying is an individual can accomplish the unbelievable, but a team can accomplish the impossible. And my whole team, when we're working on the same agenda, we can work smarter, we can work harder, and we can be even more successful.
It affected me greatly already in the year 2008. I experienced almost 50% of my scheduled bookings being canceled because of the economy and the shows. I'm optimistic from the way things have been going so far at this convention that even with the sad economy, it looks like there's going to be a turnaround in the air show industry. I'm optimistic and hopeful for it anyway. We never know, of course, until you actually show up at the air show site whether there's going to be an air show. But I'm optimistic. You know, this is an extremely resilient country that we live in. And, hey, we can come back from anything. We always have.